Hello, Nomads, and welcome to our January 2023 catch-up episode, where we catch up on what we've been playing, watching, all that good stuff. So grab a drink, gather around the campfire, pull up a seat, and join us in our little conversation here. My name is Eric. I'll be hosting this catch-up episode for this month. I have with me as well Brandon.
Hello there.
And I have Dave.
Baba Booey and hello to you all.
Baba Booey and hello. I want to start by plug a little bit. A couple things. A little housekeeping. A little housekeeping to start out. Trying something new with these catch-up episodes. We are delving into video. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, thank you very much. These are our first attempts at video. So, tell us what you think. You like seeing our beautiful faces?
Yeah, clearly, yeah. We're not in the studio, kind of making this up as we go.
If you weren't watching the video, you couldn't see my cool My Hero Academia shirt or the fact that I'm drinking a White Claw strawberry flavor. So check out the video at youtube.com/@nomadsoffantasy if you want to watch us there. Please do. I'll do a couple other little plugs. If you want to play our little game that we created, whatmapgame.com. Join our Discord too, the nomadsoffantasy.com/Discord, and post your results in there because we've been doing that for a long time now. It's always fun to see who gets, who guesses it in the least amount of guesses. So
yeah, who got it today? I was like, who knows this one?
What was the one today? I don't even remember.
What was it today?
No, not today. Yesterday's.
Oh, it was Saints Row Get Out of Hell.
Never even heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I'm not a Saints Row guy.
DLC. Yeah,
I'm not a Saints Row guy, so I definitely did not get that one. Well, let's get right into it. Who wants to kick us off? I know that a lot of us have been playing and watching the same things. I don't know if we want to start with some of our solo ventures or dive into some of our ones that
I would like to quickly just kind of touch on Age of Empires 2.
Yeah,
don't have to talk about this long. I know that RTS games, real-time strategy games, are not for everybody. If you know anything about me, and like whenever I sneak this in, like my favorite video game of all time is Lord of the Rings: Battle for Middle-earth 2.
I think you've said this
for the Xbox
multiple times.
and PC. I like both versions, but it was just an amazing experience. They finally figured out how to get an RTS to work really well on a controller, and I just loved it. And I like Lord of the Rings. So anyway,
Tolkien, yeah.
Yeah, and the music was so good, and I would sometimes kill the music off so I could hear like the sound and the voices. It was hearing the sounds directly from the movie. But anywho, Xbox Game Pass, and just in general you can get this out there, but on PC and such. But on Game Pass they dropped Age of Empires 2, the remaster, and it's great because they really took their time to get this right in the controller, and that's what I've been yearning for.
To get it to work well on the console,
Yeah, that Lord of the Rings game is dead.
It feels good.
I can't go online and play people. So like this game is fresh, it's new, and it's very similar. It does feel good.
And like they did
such
a great job translating the controls to a controller. Like an RTS game, there's so many different like menus and sub menus that you have to go through to get what you're looking for, but they were super smart with the way they laid out the controller.
But yeah, the way you can jump between town and people, or if you need to get back to your town hall, you just hit one button away.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
The automated things, yeah, like send the scout cavalry guy like out and just explore the map for me at a click of a button, kind of thing. That's really helpful on a console, because on a PC you have hotkeys, you can do things real quick. I get it. And I know people, ew, an RTS on a console. Like, all right, yeah. But seriously, it's really worth trying. And it's fun. Like, the three of us have gotten together and played against computer, not really against each other. And we just, we have fun. It's got like so much customization to it, and so many different races. I don't want to say races. Would they be races?
Factions,
I guess it's like factions, different cultures.
Right.
Because it's the Huns, or it's like the Aztecs. But anywho, look into the game. Don't write it off if you don't like RTSs. I think it's actually incredibly well done. It's relaxing, and the only bad thing I would say, matches take way too long. Like you get one game in,
that's
and
par
then
for the course, right?
Yeah. Like I was just looking it up. The original came out in 1999.
Oh my god, they did such a good job.
Is impressive, and the remake came out in 2019, but we just got the console port. So
Okay.
Sandy, I don't like playing games on my computer. That's why anything that comes to console automatically gets a leg up for me, unless it's
Nothing
really
like working
good.
on a computer all day.
And then
then
sitting
gotta
at a
sit down.
computer to
Sit
play
down.
games.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
I hear that, man.
I think this game, I mean, I feel like RTSs are my least explored genre. Like I've dabbled in a couple here and there, but it's much better with friends, you know, co-op, like you said, trying to take on like a computer.
Yeah.
We suck at the game, so we had to take on like the lower level computer AIs, but and we even had an AI on our team helping us out.
Oh, it was like 4 against 2.
Yeah.
And we beat them.
No,
by
it's
a
fun
lot,
though.
but,
Like
Fairly
it was
handily,
tough for parts.
yeah, building up your army, just hanging out, chatting, you know, like, oh, I just aged up, you know, where are you guys at, you know, or is it, you know, and like I'm building up my army, you guys are trading, we can trade back and forth with our little trading carts and stuff. So yeah, it's fun.
I wish that it gives me that like old original Warcraft kind of vibe. I do wish there was a little more flavor to like the cities or the towns.
That's
or the
that's
people, but
that's a good point.
I mean, yeah,
They're all
like,
kind of the same. It's just they each have different
like
like
reskinned.
characters
or
or like little
colors or-
perks,
Mhm.
stuff like that. There's
That's
subtle
about it.
changes, and some of the like later on, like when you evolve them to the different ages, they have, you know, like their architecture does reflect their culture, which is nice. But
Yeah.
but they all look. I guess that makes sense though. They all look the same in the Stone Age, right? Because
Yeah.
you start at the Stone Age, so I mean, I guess that. But I totally hear you. Like StarCraft, Warcraft, humans, orcs, like they're totally different. You know,
gives a little bit of more pizzazz, but
species.
no, it's just
yeah.
it's a super fun game. I haven't played an RTS in ages, so it's nice to get my sea legs back in there.
Good to have on the console in that rotation when you feel like, what do you want to play tonight? You know, let's do an RTS.
Yeah, it was
Keep
a
it
fun
chill.
change of pace, you know, especially yeah, you don't really see that too often on a console. And like any ones that usually do try to port it aren't great console experiences, so you can tell.
Oh,
they,
trust me,
they
I've
put a lot
tried.
of love and care into this one.
Love Halo. Can't get into Halo Wars. I can't. I want to so bad, and I bought them, and I'm
Never tried it.
$120 I'll never get back because I just didn't enjoy them.
I'm sure I'm sure they're on Game Pass now, but you probably bought them
Now
way
they are.
before Game Pass.
Bought 'em before Game Pass
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. Yeah, check it out. Again, we always sound like an ad for Game Pass, but like
We do.
That's-
We should have a sponsorship
there's-
by now.
there's always new games coming. There's always something new to
Hey.
play on Game Pass.
Transition into this one. Hi-Fi.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm not hot on it, but I do want to hear what you like about it.
I'm
I can-
pretty hot on it.
I appreciate it.
We all played it, right? How far
Yeah,
did
well,
you get,
just
Dave?
give the audience a general breakdown. I got probably like an hour or two into it.
Okay.
Not too far.
So yeah, I mean it's a rhythm-based character action combat game essentially. So
Like
you
old school God of War or
yeah, like
Devil
God of
May
War,
Cry.
Devil May
Yeah.
Cry, Bayonetta, something like that. But then you have this rhythm
there's a beat.
element thrown into it. And what I really like about it is like everything in the world goes to the beat. So like
Mm-hmm.
everything
Helps.
in the background is, you know, going to the beat. His or what's his name? I forgot his name. The main character's name, Chai. That's his name. Chai
Yeah.
Latte. Chai, his idle animation is like a snap. So he's like when he's not moving at all, he's still
Yeah, it's
moving
cool.
to the beat. And like this,
Dude, the
this
animation
game
is
is
so good.
oozing with style. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it looks amazing. Like
True.
the animation, the artwork, the world, the design. I think it's all top notch. But the gameplay,
Oh,
I think
very well done.
I think
Bethesda,
the
I
gameplay.
believe.
Bethesda published it. Tango Gameworks is the developer, which is really interesting because they did like the Evil Within games and they did Ghostwire Tokyo. They're like they're
No
like
shit,
a horror
really?
studio. Yeah. And they
Yeah.
completely
The taste
changed.
I
the
love when a
genre.
studio can do that. I love when a studio can do that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was not expecting this at all, and this came as a surprise to everybody because they just kind of dropped this out of nowhere at that one Xbox showcase. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's out today. Play it." Like, oh
I
shit.
love it.
Shadow drops are always good. That's always good news.
It's the best.
You can just
It's the best.
you can take a
it's like-
press conference from a C to a B just
Hey.
by shadow dropping something.
I don't like trailers. I'm the
I know,
asshole who
you're-
tweeted out today. Like, I will unfollow people if you keep posting stuff on stuff that just happened
Oh, yeah.
today. It's not fair
Yeah.
to me. I don't want to see it, but like, You're not even giving me a chance. And I'm like, that's a shame because so shadow dropping to me
that's the best way to do it, because
great.
you can't have those expectations built up and they just drop it and it's like, okay, go play it and tell us what you think.
You got it right there.
Hot news.
So
too.
true.
Yeah, it's the hot shit. But I think the gameplay is really fun. Going to the beat, it's kind of like Metal Hellsinger a little bit. They did a couple of these type of games last year.
That was a first-person shooter.
Yeah, Metal Hellsinger was a first-person shooter to the beat. I feel like this one is pretty forgiving. Like, you don't have to stay on the beat.
No, you don't.
Well, even if you do miss the beat, your attacks still happen on the beat.
Right. But you don't get like some of the bonus attacks or stuff like that. And you don't get as good of a ranking or whatever. So there's some stuff that's attached to doing the rhythm part of it good, but that's not everything.
That is fine. Like, you don't have to be good at the game to appreciate what it's trying to do. I do like that. You're absolutely right. It is styled. But the humor,
you don't
to
like
me,
the
is
humor?
like watching. It's
I
good.
think it's pretty good.
well done because I don't
It's
think
like a
humor's
Dreamcast
ever really good in video
era
games.
humor.
Right? Yes, I'm the harsh one here.
I think it's clever.
Like,
it's witty.
games
It's
don't really make me
self-aware,
laugh.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but dude, it's legit like watching, what is it, YT14 rating cartoon? Like, you ever watch kids shows with your kids and like that rating? It's like that kind of comedy where it's like,
Doesn't
it's
bother
just
me.
it's just like I feel like I'm watching a cartoon for kids when I hear the dialogue. It's good. It's actually pretty slick. I'll give it an A. It's just not for me, and I just like I kind of tire of the humor, and the only other thing I would really complain about is, and maybe I didn't play enough because I think you and Eric, are at the same level where you get to that Zarya from Overwatch kind of
like a
security
wrestler.
guard woman, right? Yeah,
She's the
when
second
you fight
boss.
her. Well, when you fight her, like I feel up to that point, it's been the same enemy on the same. Everything looks. I just feel like this is repetitive. Like I'm not really. So I was struggling a little bit. Like, it's fun when you're in it though, and you're in the zone. It is pretty. But once you stop and you go back to it, to me, I'm like,
I think what's keeping me going is like
I don't know if I like this.
collecting the gears. You go back to your hideout. You can buy new attacks, buy new combos, buy new special moves, upgrade like your chips. You can slot in different chips.
Deep.
So like it's cool finding different combos, and ways to improve your score and stuff like that. So I think that's what's kind of keeping me going is like just that kind of upgrade path of like, oh shit, if I get a couple more gears, I can get this new attack.
It's got you hooked.
And slot in this new special attack. Like it's so creative and cool. Like the special attack I have equipped now is like a guitar slide, so you ride around on your guitar, smacking into enemies, and then you do this one final attack if you're
cool.
on the beat.
I got that.
But yeah, it's cool. I think I'll probably keep playing it. Again, it's not like it's like an hour at a time kind of game. Pick it up.
Yeah.
And play it for an hour.
After a while, you're done hearing constant music in your ears for sure.
And like each mission is about an hour long, so I think it's chunked out very well, so you can do like one entire mission, then just be done, and then come back another night. And it's not overly long either. I've heard it's like maybe 8 hours or so.
Okay.
I haven't gotten into the soundtrack. The soundtrack I've heard is pretty good. There's some Nine Inch Nails.
It's got Black
in there.
Keys.
Oh, there's Black Keys in there too. Nice.
That's like the opening song.
Oh yeah, that was an intro.
One interesting thing I've heard is like there's a streamer mode, so like they take out all the licensed music, and people are saying that's actually better because the music is like handcrafted for the game, so it fits in much better than like the licensed stuff.
That's interesting.
Is interesting. Okay, that makes me want to not uninstall it just yet and try that.
Turn streamer mode on.
I like those songs. But I might appreciate that because I was struggling trying to time like fucking jumps and shit. Cause it's like, I'm like, all right, I just want to jump up there. God damn it! Like I'm ham. I just want to fight those things up there. I don't want to wait for the fucking beat, But I feel like if it's just like a steady beat that kind of works with it, I might not be. That might be better.
Yeah, I don't mind the beat because I feel like you get into like this flow. Like you start feeling it, and like you gotta kind of understand how beat works a little bit because you got your light attack, which is on the every one beat, and then your heavy attack is on like every other beat. So like, and you combine those, you can do like light, heavy, light, and then you gotta make sure that you're on the correct beat. So I think it's fun. It's like a rhythm. Like I don't know. I'm making like the rhythm. Like I enjoy more the
Well,
rhythm part of it than the fighting game part of it. You know.
Oh, really? No, I'm the
Yeah.
opposite because like what's funny is so one of my struggles was you play an instrument. We all play like guitar at least, right? Like have you ever played drums where it's like
Yeah.
so I just feel like I'm constantly so when I'm playing the game, I'm trying to get in that beat. I have like a finger that's just constantly going quick to the tempo like a hi-hat. And I'm like that's not helping me fight though. And I'm
Nope.
fighting cuz I can actually go that fast with the beat, but
Well,
this
the
is
enemies.
not...
I mean, it's fine
Unless
too.
they unlock that later on, it's like, or you can like go crazy.
No, it's. I mean,
that'd be
it's
sweet.
it's fine that you go on the beat because the enemies also go on the beat. So you can time when to dodge,
Yeah.
when to attack them, when to like launch them into the air. You know, like it's yeah. I feel like once you start feeling it and feeling that beat and kind of getting into the flow, it makes it more fun.
I think I
Yeah.
gotta unlock some more moves in there because that's a little.
Yeah.
It gets a little repetitive at the beginning.
You do unlock. There's
fun.
tons of moves to unlock, tons of combos you can do, but I think you won't really have fun if you're trying to fight against the beat, like you said, Brandon. Like I just want to jam on this attack button, but no, I don't. Like you said, it's not going to help your fighting if you're just jamming on it.
But with the world kind of pulsating too, it makes it easier. I thought it was easier to stay on beat than like Metal Hellsinger. I kind of think I sucked at that.
Agreed.
Game.
Same.
And that one is tough because you're like trying to like reload
Same.
and shoot at the same time, and this one
It's just Doom with a beat thrown in and like
follow the flashing lights, follow the platforms, follow the puffs of air coming out of every.
And once you start, I think it's even more fun when you start learning your combos. Like I have like 3 go-to combos that I do, and I can like chain them together. And then by the time I do all those, I have my special attack ready. I do that. I go back into my combo. So like you got to find the combos that that you like using, not just jamming on it like okay X X X X X, but doing the specific like X Y X, and then you do your special moves.
I'll give it another shot before I think about uninstalling it. I mean, like here's another thing I love about Game Pass is that even if I uninstall it, like I can just play it through the cloud. I don't know how that game would play through the cloud.
That one specifically might be tough,
because
there's input lag.
Yeah. But what's funny though, I was telling you guys this before we recorded that. This game though made me want to play an old school, like what is that genre again? Like what's that genre?
Rhythm game?
Character action.
No. Where you could punch people and you have like a plethora of abilities.
It's like
and
character action games.
Sling around and zip around and that old school action genre. Well, anyways, maybe want to play one of those. And of course, Devil May Cry came to mind, right? And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna play the old ones, but there was a sale going on, and I'm like, I'll buy DMC, the one that remake that they kind of reboot that they did a few years back. I actually enjoyed it, never finished it. I'm like, that was actually good. Got that for like $5. And then I saw the last Devil May Cry was and it had like Xbox Series X and S, a kind of upgrade to it or something like that. So I got that for like $5-6. But it's cool because maybe that game wasn't really for me, but it made me think about that genre. You don't really see that genre. You really don't see that genre much anymore. It's kind of taking a step back. Because look at God of War. They grounded that motherfucker. I mean, he's still doing it, but it just seems slower. And
I mean, Bayonetta 3 just came out last year, but that was probably the most recent one.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't see. I feel like mid 2000s era, like 360 era was ripe with those.
Shinobi even had a few games randomly thrown in. Do you remember when Shinobi came back? I'm waiting for Shinobi to drop. Oh, dude, I'm kind of just throwing this out there, but I think Ninja Gaiden or like,
oh, don't tease me.
I don't think it's a Ninja Gaiden game coming up, but Team Ninja is coming out with a game. It looks like a batshit crazy version of like Sekiro or something like that. Which looks pretty sweet. I don't know. That's a company that
they put out some good shit. Yeah,
always have, and they're always stunning to look at. That just made me think of that.
Was that Team Ninja, that multiplayer melee game that came out a couple years ago?
No, that was the people who did. That's Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory. I always get those confused.
Ninja Theory is like extremely good. That's who made DMC. That's why I also bought it. Like they did such a good job with those Hellblade games or whatever. But yeah, Bleeding Edge Xbox. The first thing you do with that
what it was called. Yeah.
That's what you do with that fucking that studio. You make that shit. Overwatch
There's
exists.
no way
Did you
anybody's
not
playing that
know
anymore.
that Overwatch exists? Like, why would you make that? Yeah, then it died. It's just Xbox. Like, you're so good at things, and then you fucking suck at things. And running studios, you suck at. Stop. Stop it.
Not
You
the
let them
best.
do what they do. Stop. Ooh, we need a pay-for-play multiplayer brawler bullshit for no reason.
No
Anywho,
reason.
sorry
Brandon's
for that
getting
reaction.
pissed.
Yeah, it's just a waste of that company's time because you know they could have made a fucking 5 awesome indies with that same effort.
Yeah.
Anywho,
It's true.
Anywho.
Dave, what do you got? I feel like Eric and I are like yapping all over these
Well,
games.
no, I've been playing Age of Empires with you guys. I've been playing Hi-Fi Rush as well, here and there. They did drop one of my all-time favorites onto Game Pass as well. It was released on Nintendo and the Switch and Xbox, but GoldenEye remake. Not even really a remake, it's just kind of a re-release.
It's a remaster-ish
Yeah, all the
cleaned up
textures are
reboot,
the same. It runs a nice.
They modernized the controls
Oop.
on the Xbox version, at least.
16:9. You can change like the aspect ratio so it actually fills up your TV and you're not looking at a little square. It goes up to 4K, so it looks like a really crisp old game. But
It does, yeah.
GoldenEye is like one of my favorites because I don't know, I was this Nintendo 64 kid, and if you didn't have that game with the Nintendo 64, why do you even have it? Yeah.
Playing
But-
Counter-Strike or something at that time.
It brought back
Wake.
like a lot of like weird, trippy, flashbacky memories while playing, like remembering levels. Like when you see a movie that you haven't seen in like 20
Right.
years and you're like re-experiencing it again for the first time.
You're like 15 years
Like
old
this.
when you played it last,
Yeah.
probably.
Like the music in it, like just the music by itself has just got bangers. Like it bumps. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like classic.
One thing I wish that
Sorry, what was that, Eric?
Oh, plenty of that. But one thing that's cool that they do in this that I don't know if I've seen in many other games is as you increase the difficulty, you're playing the same map with the same guys, but they add objectives to it. So you play it on the easy difficulty, you might just have to get out. You play on the next difficulty, you might have to destroy all the cameras and disable the security and get out. And then they keep
Yeah,
so like
that's something rare. I like that.
yeah, you get a little bit more replayability.
It's creative
It
with the
makes you have
difficulty
to-
because it's not more enemies, bullet sponges, and all that stuff. It's
exactly.
not that. It's actually objectives. I actually think that's what we should be doing with harder difficulties.
It does
Don't
make
get
it
it.
a
The
lot
enemies
tougher.
are tougher though. Don't get it twisted.
They are pretty fucking
okay.
stupid though. Like going back and playing this, like 1997, this came out.
Sure.
Like they are just like
I mean, it's like the first
idiots out there.
good
The fucking
shooter on a
like
console.
minions.
the models are laughable when you look at them nowadays.
so
They're so bad.
were- Yeah.
It's just a face scan on like a flat texture. Some
It's like
people
a
might actually have a
rectangle head.
polygonal
Yeah.
nose, maybe, but
I'm just
most
like,
people are
wow.
just a flat
I mean,
one.
that was the technology for the
That's
time.
part
I
of the
guess.
that's also part of the charm
It
of
is-
the
yeah.
nostalgia. It's just like it's yeah, like, it looked good for the time, but now it's like it's almost like adorably bad.
But you realize what we have now that you like. There's no
Yeah.
like you have objectives, but there's no checkpoint markers. It's just like slap you on the ass, get the fuck out there,
No,
dummy.
if you
go
die-
go figure it out.
If you die, you're dead. You gotta restart.
Yeah. No checkpoints, no markers. So you don't even know where the objectives are. You have to just wander around and find them.
Yeah. Did you fools play against each other? Oh, that's
Well,
right. You
guess
can't.
what? You
Can't.
can't
Right.
unless you're on the Switch,
Switch.
version.
Don't rub that in.
Switch. I totally forgot about that. No, sorry, I
I'd love to
totally
play
forgot
it.
about that.
Dude, it's
Why
so-
did they do that?
It's
Of all places,
Nintendo and
Xbox.
licensing bullshit. It's Nintendo
Probably.
licensing bullshit.
Oh,
it
that's
is.
right, because
Because
Rare made it.
Rare
or-
did the remake.
OG.
They did the OG and they did the remake, and now
but Rare's owned by Xbox.
right, exactly. Yeah, they
It
don't.
is licensed.
Nintendo doesn't want to put the Xbox version on the
Exactly.
Switch, so they put the emulated version of like the N64 version on their Nintendo Switch Online.
That
which
is so
that has
weird.
the online capability, but not the updated controls.
Oh my
Which
god!
I've
I
heard
don't.
is horrible.
Yes.
Like the Switch.
It's a
controls
shame because
brutal.
You know the good version and you know the better experience. You know what the right thing to do is for a gamer. But on the business side, they're probably like all these bullshit things, lawyers and money and royalty, and I get it, but it just ruins a good thing. I hate that shit.
I
It should be
downloaded it.
multiplayer on Xbox.
It should
online.
be. I wish it was, because I downloaded it. I played it, on Game Pass. Played through the damn first level, and it actually does feel good, like with the modern controls. Like it's not.
It feels normal.
Yeah,
It feels like a first-person shooter. Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Which is really
there's
weird
some
thinking about how it
nostalgia
was.
hit about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could
you
be a
mentioned
huge
Rare.
hit though. They could. They could.
No.
It could be. I don't know who's gonna go back.
Maybe though.
People
I mean,
people want flashy graphics.
you never know. They could
They
add
want
it.
their Warzone.
They could add it eventually.
I don't know. Nintendo Switches sell like fucking crazy, and people play old
I would love to
ugly
play multiplayer
games all the time on that.
I would
Yeah,
love to
just
play
put a-
multiplayer with you guys. Golden Gun, it's the funnest.
Put a battle royale mode into GoldenEye. Why not? While we're here, just start stacking them. You mentioned Rare before, but you don't have to have Game Pass to get it. You can, if you have Rare Replay purchased digitally, you can also get it for free too. Which
Only
is
digitally.
only digital,
Because
yes.
you can't buy it. You can't buy it physically, which was another stupid thing. Like if you bought,
Oh, weird.
if you bought the Rare Replay, if you have the physical version of Rare Replay, you can't get GoldenEye.
But if you have it digitally, you
It's
can.
only the digital version that has added
It's just
that.
a weird little hiccup, but
It's another licensing thing. Nintendo
Is it?
It's not. They're not allowed to sell a physical version of that game anymore.
it's so weird.
It's so weird. So dumb.
But now it's cool to go back to. I'm about halfway through it, playing on double O difficulty.
Double O.
I mean, I still have the cartridge in the basement that has. If you do it on the hardest difficulty, underneath a certain time, you can unlock 007 mode, which is a fourth mode that's hidden until you actually unlock all the other things. So
Damn.
I put a lot of time into this game as a kid.
Okay. It's your Halo, dude. We've had this debate in our Discord about like who is more influential and who's more important and the better game, Halo on Xbox or GoldenEye and N64. It's been a hot debate, especially
tough,
between me and Dave.
I mean, because Halo's got the multiplayer, which is
Well, it's got the better controls too. I think
different.
but it came after. Like it was like N64 GoldenEye influenced Halo. I don't think you could have had a good Halo because that game was going to be a third-person game anyways. But I think they looked at what's out there and what's on a console. How do you not have that conversation without looking? They probably played the fuck out of GoldenEye.
Came out 4
Let's
years
make better
after,
controls
so.
and
It was just
using more power and
an iteration on that idea. I mean, they did what they could with the original N64 GoldenEye with that controller. They
You're
the best
welcome,
they could.
Halo. You're welcome.
right.
Yeah.
I just think that, but now with this new version with updated controls, now it makes my argument weaker because I said that like you can't fucking have a good time playing GoldenEye and N64. How could you? Like you're lying to yourself if you think that's fun. Like it's awkward the way like the separate camera. Like it's just I hate it. I hate some games just don't age well, and I think that game hasn't aged well, and it's great as nostalgia. But now that they've optimized it, now there's this more refined version. Now my argument is like, well, the first Halo is still fun as play. It still plays very well. It's a good debate though.
Yeah.
Like these are healthy, but that licensing shit though, that really annoys me.
It's dumb.
It's a shame.
Stupid.
It's a good movie too. I actually started watching the movie too after I was playing the game.
Oh really? Oh, that's funny. I
It's kinda
wonder if
funny.
there's a
They got lot
slight
of the same
little bump
music.
in that movie because of the game.
Same music, some of the same. You can see like how they built the levels around the scenes in the movie, which is really cool.
Sure.
They did what they could, as we've said. But who else has got something?
I got a couple quick hits, a couple quick games that I was playing.
No way.
Me and Dave played Stranded Deep one night, which was fun. That just came to Game Pass. It's a dumb little
about
survival
that
game. I had a good time. We played for like an hour or two, and you're just trapped on a desert island after a plane crash. It's like Castaway, the game, essentially. But it's your standard survival game. It's
ugly.
It's ugly. It's an indie.
Really?
It's created by an indie studio. You can't expect beautiful AAA graphics, but
Fair.
no, it's good. If you like survival games, I'll say your standard crafting, chopping down trees to get sticks to craft fires to craft your tent, and then that's really about it. You got to watch your dehydration, your sunburn.
Yeah. Don't eat raw coconuts and shit your pants.
Don't shit your brains out.
Yep.
That was
That
hilarious.
That was a nice surprise when that happened.
Yep, I just
All
ate.
of a sudden, Eric started squatting in front of me
Yeah.
and shitting himself.
Well, I was like, dude,
It's like, oh.
my character's about to die, so I just start eating coconut meat out the wazoo, and then I'm like, what the hell's happening? So I start shitting my brains out, and then I'm dehydrated because I have diarrhea.
Because of all the shitting.
Oh
There
my
you
God.
go. It's a vicious cycle.
That sounds
Yeah,
fun. I played by myself and I'm like, this is
It was fun co-op.
boring
Yeah,
as shit.
it was fun co-op.
Just wait till Ark comes
Can't go out in the
out.
sun
I'm
too
gonna
long.
Suck you guys into that game.
What game?
The new Ark 2.
I didn't play the
Survival
first
game?
Ark.
Dinosaurs.
I don't know, man.
Hopefully
I don't-
they've got it better. But
Dinosaurs.
Like,
I'd
it was
play
so-
it.
I don't-
I'd try it.
it was
Crafting in
kludgy.
games is not gameplay. It's not fun gameplay to me. Stand in front of this tree and whack at it. Oh, okay. Now go to the stun. Now whack at it. Okay. Now do that again. I'm building a house.
I think
like
it's
not.
For me, it's
not
the
fun.
feedback loop. It's the feedback loop. You
It is.
you cut a tree
Pass.
down.
Even there?
Oh
Give me
shit!
somebody to like shoot at.
I
You know,
just
give me-
crafted
give me
I just crafted a knife. Now I got. Oh wait, I got a stick too. Now I can craft a spear, and now I can take down this.
Crafting is
I
fine.
know.
It's the
The
it's
act of it.
the-
Okay.
Well, see, that's what you can do in
Collecting
Ark
resources
is
is lame.
you have server settings, and you just take that one dial and you crank it all the way up. So you hit the tree once, boop, and you have 100.
You always have a
Boom.
way to get me to. Yeah, no, you got me. All right, that
That is
that
good,
will
and then-
make me.
Then you can
try
start
just
hunting
because of that.
dinosaurs. You walking through the jungle, like hoping you don't get jacked by a pack of raptors. Like this shit is fun. So
Okay.
we'll talk about that later, whenever that
All right.
comes out.
Yeah,
Sometime this year, I think.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
All right.
That's that.
Google will tell me.
Another. I'm gonna go run through these really quick, just because I tried Persona 4 Golden.
How long
because
did
I
you
was-
last?
How's that?
I actually want to go back to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
never played a Persona game before, and I wanted to try it out.
What
again,
genre is
came
it?
to
What
Game
would you put
Pass.
it in?
It's a JRPG, like,
Okay.
and
But
also,
high school drama.
Is it like standing on either
it's
side
fun.
of the level and just
I'll say
selecting from a
this:
menu?
if you like anime, you'll like Persona. It's basically like watching an anime.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's also there's JRPG battles, and there's a
Okay.
lot of dialogue. You're going around this town talking to people. But
I've heard great things about people love that franchise.
I do want to go back to it. It sucked me in enough for me to check it out again. And like I said, if you like anime, you will probably like Persona because it's basically just like watching an anime.
That's on Game Pass, right? So
Game Pass.
I guess I could
pretty much
give it a try. Just
I
for
think.
stream.
Let's see. Every single game that I'm talking about is on Game Pass. Just so you know.
All right, let's hear it. Sure.
Hardspace Shipbreaker. Check that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. You're basically just a space recycle garbage man breaking down ships, throwing them into the smelter, getting your money and getting out. But the fun thing, the hook of it is like you have to use your tools and make sure that you don't. I'm playing on like the easy mode, which takes away all of the oxygen. Like normally, you have to watch your oxygen meters, and you could like blow yourself up if you hit the wrong thing. I'm playing on like the casual mode, so it's more relaxing where you're cutting. You got your cutter, and then you got your grapple hook. So you cut the thing off, you grapple it into the correct I don't even know what's there's like a
Garbage
furnace,
disposal.
and then you get your money. So no, it's fun. It's a fun little relaxing sort of thing if you play it on the casual mode. I think the other mode's kind of stressful, but the last quick hit I had was Besiege. I was playing.
Oh, that'll look
Great
cool.
game.
Yeah, it's
Great
fun.
game.
The only downside they just released like the console version on Game Pass. The only downside with the console version is there's no multiplayer yet, so it's only single player. You're going through the single player campaign, but it's fun. You're building these wacky machines to accomplish the goals, like medieval siege machines to break down this castle or kill like 100.
I like the
farmers or
minimalist
whatever.
style to it, though. It's just like this void. It's
Yeah.
like what a bluish gray kind of
Yeah,
thing, but in the middle it's like this really cute, almost like World of Warcraft kind of art style structures.
it's very toyetic.
and
know?
you have to like make
You
like
have to
the
smash
shit.
it, right?
You have
And
all
you
these.
can just-
Yeah, you have all these building blocks, and you're just building the best siege machine you can to do this objective. And the objectives can be like, destroy this castle, kill all these knights, steal this crystal and put it
you
over
have
here.
blades spinning, and
That's
yeah.
cool.
And then there's
But
like,
you don't really play, like you don't drive anything though. It like
do.
kind of self propels, right?
no, you drive stuff.
It's been a while since I played on PC. Okay.
But the most fun thing to do is just attach like a bunch of bombs to your vehicle and drive into like a castle or something. Like you can do all kinds of crazy shit. It's fun. Check it out. Those are my quick Game Pass hits
Oh,
recommendations.
I have one that I checked out. Midnight Fight Express. It's on Game Pass. I
played this
accidentally
one.
downloaded it.
It's good.
Yeah,
Midnight
it's
Express.
it is good. It's it's top down. Well, not it's like a 3/4 perspective. And your character's like kind of like John Wick. I
Basically.
didn't really pay attention to the story. The story I could really care. It looks like it's purposely 80s cheesy kind of dialogue, but the gameplay is actually pretty tight. And what I like is every time you finish a level, and they're really short, get to unlock an ability. So you quickly become Jason Bourne or John Wick, and you can do really cool things like the ability to kick stuff off the ground at your enemies. So there's always shit around you, anything, and you'll just kick like a box at somebody. It's kind of like Batman Arkham Asylum a little bit, where like you hit the Y button and you can block and like counter and all that stuff and time it. So it's the controls actually are pretty good. I thought for an indie game, it's like I don't know, it's gonna be kind of not that deep, but it's actually pretty slick and it's fun. Like I can't stop playing it, and it's got that little level kind of thing. You just know it's not that long. It's like, all right, I'll beat these guys, and next thing you know, it's over. Okay, great. Oh, now we're between like two subway things, and the trains are going by, and they'll kill the dudes, and I don't know. I had a lot of fun. I don't want to ruin anything. I think just go into it and just play this sweet little action game.
My one struggle is why I stopped playing it is because I couldn't quite feel cool enough when I was trying to do what I was trying to do. You know, like I couldn't quite chain the combos together like I wanted to. I couldn't.
Oh,
And
okay.
like it doesn't feel good when you're supposed to be this crazy martial arts guy and you like
Yeah.
fuck up your combo, get shot, and you're dead, and you have to restart. And I'm like, okay,
Oh,
it just kills
Well,
the momentum a little
This
bit.
game looks nice.
I can kind of see that's funny how based on our conversation about Hi-Fi Rush or whatever, like this.
I
Because
I wanted to feel like John Wick and chain all these combos
Yeah.
and moves together, but I couldn't
struggle with
quite
it.
put it together, you know?
But what I like is like, when you get to like a little area and let's say you're low on health and like some guy slices you in half with a sword or shoots you or whatever, you're dead, right? I like that it'll just kind of they won't put you back to a checkpoint. It's like kind of like right where you left off, but now you have full health. That's it. And you just like it's like almost rewards you for dying because like if you go into an area and you have no health, it's not going to put you back with no health or put you far back to a big like a checkpoint because it's just so short that I feel I didn't have any issue with momentum. Like I'm gonna get you next time. Ah, you fucking got me. All right, let me do it next time, kind of thing. And
I think I was just getting too like frustrated, trying to go too fast. And then like cuz there was times where there was a lot of they do only reset you to that room you're in, but like if there's a lot of guys in a room and you die on the last guy, you got to do all those guys over again. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I liked what I
Do it
played of it.
again.
I just don't know if I'll ever go back.
It's just nobody's ever talked about this game, and
I talked about it on our
Fight
catch-up
Express.
episode a couple months ago.
Dude, I don't remember stuff.
Speaking of catch-up episodes a couple months ago, Eric, I just wanted to say you were right about Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Yeah, Hot Wheels Unleashed is
I
great.
actually downloaded it and played it because you were playing it on PS Plus. It came out like a month or two ago,
Yeah,
and then just came out on Game Pass. But that game is
beautiful.
it is so cool because like I mean everything that you said, I'm just gonna double repeat. But the way the little car models are so sweet because they look perfectly like actual.
They look like
little
toys.
Miniature, yeah, like Hot Wheels. So
Just
build your own
big.
track editor is super cool. It's a little clunky with the controls, but you can make kind of whatever you want. But it takes a little bit to get used to. But that is a cool game. It's tough. Like it's not an easy game to play like a Mario Kart where you could just get a blue shell and smash your way to the front of it. Like if you fuck up and fall off the track, you're not gonna
No.
finish. So, no, that one's super cool too. I didn't really have much else this month. We played some Overwatch. I played some Witcher 3 because they put out that update a couple months ago.
The free next
Yeah.
gen. Yep.
Like version 4 or something like that. But they redid some of the UI that makes it like it changes the combat a bit because you don't have to hold the button down to go into that big circle menu to choose your spells. You just left trigger, and then all of your buttons are assigned to a different one. So all you have to do is hit left trigger, and then you can cast anything you want at any second without having to go
yeah,
and
I've played
change.
games like that.
So-
Like Assassin's Creed or the
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. Like I like that because it doesn't take you out of the combat.
Yeah. So
cool.
yeah, there's no pausing now, which is sweet.
Ooh,
but
I gotta play that.
it's running at a brisk refresh rate. They added a whole bunch of they upgraded like the textures, and it's kind of like the Skyrim release where they added in some mods and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
Witcher
Yeah.
3 is the game that I go back to like every 2 years, play a couple hours, then I put it
That's
down
everyone.
for another 2 years.
That's me with Breath of the Wild as well. Oh, and then they don't touch it.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's funny. It's just because it's a massive game.
It's huge, yeah.
Mhm.
Like it's
It
like,
is
oh, this
daunting.
game is fun.
And
but
it's supposed to be really good. And you're
Mhm.
like, you want to dedicate, but then you get exhausted just doing it. It's just like, it's like an epic. Because, like, you ever watch, I don't know, a Lord of the Rings movie, extended cut? It's like a 3-hour long epic thing. By the end of that movie, like, oh my God.
It's like 3:45,
Now do that
3:30.
For 60 hours for a fucking video
Right,
game.
right.
Yeah.
It's just exhausting. It's great. What a time to be alive, but it's just
What a time to be live.
What a time
time to be alive. If only like 12-year-old Brandon knew. If only you knew. You'd be in your 40s still playing games. More than ever, probably.
So,
Oh, hey.
whoa.
Were you going to say more about Witcher 3?
No,
I'm good.
I was going to
I was-
transition. I was going to transition.
Well, hold
to
on.
the
I
next
know,
thing.
because we'll probably close with the same thing, but I just want
Okay.
to sneak in.
All
It
right.
Takes Two. I finally finished It Takes Two with my son, my 8-year-old son. It's a 2-player game. It's incredible. And it's a 10 out of 10. It's a perfect game. I love this game.
A lot of people
I don't
would
know
disagree
if
with
all... Really?
you. Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. I mean, I've listened to
Who
a lot
the
of
fuck does not
listened
like
to a
that
lot
game?
of gaming podcasts, and a lot of them said
Then
that they didn't love it as much as you did.
get the fuck out of here. I gotta... Next time you
Mostly-
hear somebody come...
I think mostly it was not the gameplay, like the story is what they were complaining about, like the whole
it's
divorce
being
story and everything is just
whiny millennials.
No, it's not
People,
that. I
people
think
get divorced. Deal with it.
no, I don't think they were complaining about the divorce, just how they handled it. Again, I haven't played the game. I'm just relaying what I've heard, but that's all.
No, I actually thought the story was pretty good, and I usually think most video game stories suck. So I guess I'm the outsider, because it's I don't know, well written, and you
It's original.
whatever,
Like, there's
man.
nothing like that.
I'm not gonna yuck other
Game of the
people's
year.
yuck,
It
but-
Takes Two. Don't forget.
What's that?
Game
What was
of
that?
the
Last year or
year.
2 years? It won Game of
Yeah.
the Year at the VGAs. So
Yeah, no, it's
no
incredible.
slouch.
I was like, man, why did it take us so long to beat it? But we would chip away at it, do a world and stuff like that, and the puzzles are so good. I'll tell you what, and then we can move on. But not only does it look good, and the last couple levels are really good, especially when you're on the baby spiders. Oh, fucking genius. But anyways, it was a magical experience that I've had with my son in a video game. Like, it sounds cheesy, but like if you're a
not at all.
gamer and you play video games with your kid, it can be a bit of a struggle for you both to be here. It's either one's really good or one enjoys it more, and it's really hard to equally have this is just challenging enough, but I'm having fun with the person I'm playing with. I like where things are going. It's a great feeling, and we both can like do something better than the other sometimes and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was great. I was just like, it's a weird feeling, but we both had a great time. Yeah, it's just great. I don't know how else truly to say it, but It Takes Two. Thank you for making that game. I had a great time with my kid. Can't say that about any other video game, really. I mean, there's always like, I'm not feeling it, or he's not feeling it, or just whatever.
Yeah, I get
It's
you.
too hard for him, or I
Nintendo
don't
games
like
are
it.
good, but sometimes they're too dumbed down for the adult playing.
and predictable. Oh, there's a boss. Let me bounce on it 3 times. Like, I get it. It's like it's the thing, but this game was fresh and unique every time. That's the gimmick. It's like the parents are split into these little doll-like characters, and every world, one has one ability and the other one has a completely different ability. And it's just so creative. Like, what are they going to do to solve these puzzles? And it's puzzles in action. So, anyways, but total tone shift.
Oh yeah. Let's get into it.
Another incredible thing.
The Last of Us. We've all watched some of it. How much
No.
have you, Dave? I thought you said you
I've
watched
watched
some.
0 episodes of
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, we
I
won't
played
spoil anything about the show. I mean, if
And
you've
I've never
played
played the game. I've only
Yeah,
played the opening hour,
You're crazy.
so I knew kind
You
of
gotta
like the
play
opening
game.
beats, but I can't wait to get the remaster
So good.
and play it now because of this. I know my wife and I are just really liking
mean,
the show.
it's-
I think it's so good.
The game has been
It's so good.
in my top 10 games of all time
Right.
since it
A lot of
released,
people.
since it came out.
Yeah.
And the show I think is doing it justice, very much so. And
Okay.
like they changed just enough in the show to make it, not the exact same as the game. They stick very, very closely to the game.
Okay.
Especially
yeah.
because I'm through, especially the first 2 episodes. Anyways, I'm through the first 3. I know there's like 5 out at this point.
Episode 3 was
I don't want to give anything away, but I was
some of the best. It was
I
one of the
think-
best episodes of something I've ever seen.
yeah, I was
Wow.
in this like
out there.
apocalyptic show.
it
Dude, it
wrecked
deserves
me.
all the praise.
It
Oh
wrecked me.
yeah, I was like watching it with my wife, and I'm like, she ain't crying,
Dude,
but I'm like,
I was watching it
I'm like wiping tears from my eye. I'm like,
I was
this is
watching it
fucking killing me
alone
right now.
alone by myself in the dark at like 2 a.m. in my office, and I was just like
A wreck, right?
bawling my eyes out. Yeah.
It's it's very well done. It's
yeah.
very well done.
That's all. It's good to hear. I gotta add it to the list.
And that actor, dude.
Pedro.
Yeah,
Pedro Pascal is so good.
He's
I mean,
fucking-
he was perfect for the
I mean,
role, right? He's already
yeah.
doing that with the Mandalorian.
It's perfect, man.
I'm gonna take this kid across the country.
And he's like
And that's what he
a
does in this.
he's like kind of like a Han Solo character. He's like a scoundrel with a heart of gold, Like he's done some fucked up shit, but like
Yep.
his heart's
Survive
in the
and
right
get by,
place.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, but the world turned him into that. Like there's a good man inside kind of thing. I think it's
And
incredible.
Bella Ramsey's
We,
great too.
we probably should do a review of the season. Like it's that good. How could we not
Yeah, it really is.
give it proper attention and talk about specific scenes?
I watched the first 3 by myself, and now I'm rewatching them again with my wife because she
yeah,
hopped on
it's
the
that
train
good.
later, and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch these again.
Yeah, 4 is just as depressing as the other 3. I mean, it's just or 5. I think I've watched 5 now.
the
Oh, you have?
Well,
Okay.
Apocalypse is usually pretty depressing.
It's weird too because we're
The
up to
kids
season.
content is in it, man. They don't shy away from kids being in this world. Where like a lot of shows,
Well,
like
I was
Walking
just gonna
Dead,
bring
did,
up The Walking
but-
Dead because my wife and I are still going through the entire Walking Dead series again. We're up to like season 5.
How do they compare?
It's weird. Well, Walking Dead's
Less
a
characters.
cable show,
And-
and Last of Us is an HBO show. So like the quality is, there's definitely a gap in quality. It's not saying The Walking Dead isn't great quality, but
The Walking Dead joke or memes on TikTok are out of control. By the way, I just
Oh,
gotta
really?
throw that. Like, please, just find them. They never get old. They crack me up.
I mean, I like both shows for for similar reasons, but I think there's a lot more. I mean, I've only been through 3 episodes of The Last of Us, and like probably have hit me anything like harder than anything The Walking Dead ever has, in terms of
Yeah.
emotionally. So
Yeah, what they can do in one episode, it
Right.
took like a season for them to do, kind of thing. There's less characters in the show, so you spend more time with.
and
these
I
characters
think
too.
I like
Alright,
the
that's
world. The worlds too are contrast because they're both zombie fiction, but like The Walking Dead takes place right after the outbreak. But The Last of Us, you get the outbreak and then 20-year jump, so you get to see the world in this state for 20, after 20 years, and it's really cool how society
kinda-
is now.
They'll do time jumps. They'll
Mm-hmm.
say 2003, just before the outbreak, or just after, or something like that. It's great world building. It's very well done. I can't wait to finish the show and then play the game because I'm going to be a weirdo. But at least I'll have that perspective where most people probably watched. Actually, I don't know. I bet this being such a success, and being a successful video game adaptation, which just clearly is number 1. Like, there's never been anything this good. I'm sorry. There's just no video game has really. I'm sorry. No show or movie has ever.
Sonic,
Sonic.
don't shit on Sonic like that.
Sonic sucks, dude. That's bad writing. Sonic.
The Mario
it's
movie
horrible.
could do it.
It's
I
not
know,
gonna-
I'm fucking with you.
The
Mario
Mario
movie could do it.
movie might. It might have Minions humor in it, and I'll be like, I don't
It's
know.
probably going to. I think we all.
It's just gonna be dumb
Illumination.
humor, but yeah, right. But anyway, I think it really has set the bar, and I'll have that perspective like, oh wow, seeing the show before the game.
While I'm
Yeah.
watching it, I'm thinking like, of the perspectives of someone who's never played the game before, because I know what's coming up next, you know, in most cases. So I'm
Right.
like I know.
Well, I've
I know,
learned now, don't get attached to anybody. Don't get attached to anybody.
like from the
Well,
jump.
yeah, any
So
zombie show.
sad.
Like from the jump,
Oh my
I know exactly where the story's going. I know the mystery of everything, and like my wife obviously hasn't played the game, so I'm just like waiting for her to like connect the dots for some of this stuff. So it's funny, it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sweet.
But yeah, it's good.
I should play through it
Good
again.
shit.
All right. I got nothing else.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
all
good.
I got. We've been yapping for. Oh wow, it's a long one.
Are we all caught up?
We are all caught up. Now we can pour some water on the campfire and mosey on home. Anything else? Good?
No,
All right, I'll take us out.
fire it away.
If you want to follow us on social media, you can follow us at Nomads of Fantasy on Instagram and Twitter. You can visit the nomadsoffantasy.com for all your nomad needs. You can join our Discord at the nomadsoffantasy.com/Discord. You can play our game, whatmapgame.com, if you want to join the fun there. We've been having a lot of fun on our Discord, posting our results and all that good stuff. Trying to think what else. Is there anything else?
No.
Stay
Yeah.
classy, nomads.
Stay classy, nomads. And as always, safe travels.